Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. So I'm going to read for you the latest message that we received on our Facebook account. The message that we received, the person looks like they are from Zambia. She said, "Hello, I am a housekeeper. I am working in a small town in Zambia. I work for a very young couple, and when I compare their age to my own age, it is as if they are my own siblings. They are quite young, but they are so successful in life. The kind of a business that they do, I truly don't understand. The only thing that I heard the husband mentioning about is that they have a very big business in Lusaka. When I started working, they insisted that I should not open the room which was at the corner of the house. The lady also, she has a ladies boutique there in Lusaka and a jewelry shop. So she told me that they keep some of their jewelry in that room. So from that day, I told myself that I will never open that room even when they are not around. I just don't feel comfortable to be opening that room because I don't want them to feel as if I can steal some of their stuff. So I worked for these people for quite a long time, and I am also an adult. I can notice that 1 plus 1 is not adding up. These people, they buy a lot of eggs. To them, 60 eggs cannot finish the whole week. So sometimes they can buy 5 dozens of eggs, and those eggs, they just disappear. At first, I thought that I was the one who was just wasting the food, but then I noticed that in the morning when I wake up, the husband always wants me to make an egg for him, and also the wife sometimes. I calculated and I saw that for him it's only 1 egg per day. Then me and the gardener, during our own tea time, we only make 1 egg. So what happens is that at night when these people come from work, they can come maybe with 2 crates of eggs. Then they put them in a deep fridge, but this fridge is set that it just cools the eggs, it doesn't freeze over. But sometimes after 2 days, those eggs will be just gone. I once sat down with them and I asked them, I truly don't understand what is taking place with these eggs, because myself, I only cook 3 eggs per day. But it surprises me that sometimes we are using 120 eggs per week. Then the husband said, "No, ma, don't worry. In this house, we are so blessed. Even if you want to eat 20 eggs a day, don't worry. In fact, starting today, I want you guys to eat a lot of eggs so that you can get strong." He then told me, "Go out and call the gardener." I went outside, then I called him, and they sat us down by the sofa, and then he told the gardener, I want you to make sure that each and every time when you have your breakfast, ma should make you 4 eggs so that you can become strong. I want this garden of mine to look green at all times. Even if when I'm looking in my garden throughout the window, I want to see green, nothing else. So you have to eat a lot of eggs." And he was just laughing while he was telling us that. So we started to eat a lot of eggs, but I could also see that some of the eggs were just disappearing. Maybe, let's say in the morning, I take out 5 eggs. Then I make sure that the next row is still full of eggs. But when I come back later on, I can see that 10 eggs are gone. So I just kept quiet because I was afraid that maybe these people will be angry at me and I might lose a job. We all know that in Zambia, unemployment is quite high, and I felt that I was so lucky that I was working for this young couple because they were treating me so right. Even when I am leaving home for the month, and sometimes they will give me some of the eggs and say, "Go and give them to your kids." So there was this other time my bosses had gone on a business trip to Lusaka. Then I was just left, me and the gardener. I told myself that I was going to do a little bit of spring cleaning. Then I called the gardener and I told him that today you're going to be working with me indoors because there are some stuff which are quite heavy. I cannot lift them on my own. Then the gardener agreed. Whilst we were talking and working as usual, we saw something that looked like a snake, but that snake, it was so thin and very long. It was a green snake. It just rushed out of that room, then disappeared. And that room which it had rushed out of, it is that room that we were told not to open. Then it went into the kitchen. Me, myself, I was so terrified because I am so afraid of snakes. Then the gardener ran outside looking for something to kill this snake. We looked for that snake in the kitchen. Then we saw its tail. We saw that it had gone at the back of the deep fridge. There's a little bit of space between the fridge and the wall. So whilst we were dragging the deep fridge, we saw that the snake had gone back and it was eating an egg. I truly don't know how I can explain this in English. Maybe if I could use my own native tongue, I would explain how the snake was eating this egg. Even though this snake was very thin, but the whole egg was inside of its mouth and there were some eggs on the floor. How those eggs had gotten out of the fridge, I truly don't understand. Then the snake saw us, then it raised its head. The gardener then hit that snake on the head, then it just died. The gardener then told me that what we should do with this very strange snake is that we should get some petrol, then burn this snake in the garden, so that whatever this snake was trying to do in this house, it will never come to pass. Then I told the gardener, no, we should not burn it until our bosses come back, and we have to show him that finally we have caught the thing that was eating all of the eggs all of this while. To me, I thought that maybe even our boss was going to be very happy because finally we had found out what was eating all of the eggs. So we kept the snake. Then they arrived, but the way that they arrived, I could only see from the way that they parked their car that they were very angry. I looked through the window and I saw that my boss was shouting at the gardener. It was as if the gardener had done something so wrong. Here in our local area, it is very common for a boss to slap his own gardener. So he grabbed the gardener and he slapped him so hard that the gardener fell down. Then he walked towards the door. I knew that now trouble was going to come for me. When he entered the house, he just looked at me and he looked away. They walked to that room where they told me that I should never open. He only said to me that if I find any of my stuff stolen, I am going to take you to the police station. You are going to rot in jail. They entered that room for quite a long time. About an hour passed. When I had forgotten about them, I saw them coming out and they were full of sweat. I truly don't understand what were they doing there. It was as if maybe they had some sort of strange sexual activities because their eyes were so red. You know, like when someone just finishes having sex, that is exactly how they looked like. After that, they came out of that room, then they sat by the sofa. Truly speaking, I could see that these people had just finished having sex, but I couldn't understand what were they doing in that room. Then they said at me, go and call the gardener. Their voices were so harsh towards me. I'm telling you that when I started working for this young couple, they were the most loving couple in the world, but all of a sudden they had changed. They mistreated us. Then when I had called the gardener, we sat down. They told us that you should never sit on my couch again, sit on the floor. So we sat on the floor facing them. Then the husband said to us, you know what you did, and I am not going to pay you the full month salary. This is February. This thing happened in February. So they told us that they were not going to give us any salary. When February ended, they only paid us on the 13th. Then they say that this small money that I'm going to give you is not your salary. It is just for you to send to your own family. Starting today, no more off days, no more sick leave, no more off days. You only go and visit your family, then you come back. So this is the situation that I am faced with. They told us that they are going to give us a lot of money. You told me that they are going to increase our salary this much. I don't know how much they are going to increase that salary, but the husband said that if we listen to him and we do exactly as he wants. He is going to double, even triple our salary. My brother, I'm asking for advice. Should I stay on this job? But here in Zambia, jobs are not easy to come by. I always listen to your programs because at home we have Wi-Fi. So when I'm working, I just listen to the program on the smart TV. But all I am asking for is for advice. Should I stay on this job or should I just walk away? I have tried to speak with the gardener and to ask him what he thinks about this situation. He just told me that he himself, he is waiting for the end of March and see how much salary we are going to get. He then told me that if we get double our salary, he is going to sacrifice his life for his family so that his kids can have a better education. I will also be in the comment section reading other people's comments. I thank you. That was a message from one of our sisters right there in Zambia. To you, my sister, if you are listening, all that I can tell you is that please just run with your life. Yes, you might be living a very comfortable life in that house. Maybe you have Wi-Fi, you have everything that you need, but please, your life is worth more than having Wi-Fi at work. Just run with your life. Dear listeners, let us give you advice in the comment section. Let's meet again in the following episodes.